I spoke to the president this morning of South Korea. He gives us tremendous credit. I remember, it was very rough 3-4 months ago.
President Trump touting his involvement in the historic end to the Korean War. So, does President Trump deserve credit for this diplomatic achievement and perhaps eventually even the Nobel Peace Prize? Well, our next guest thinks so, and he just wrote an op-ed on this very topic. Joining us now is national security expert Harry Kazianis. He's also the director for defense studies at the Center for National Interest. Harry, thanks for joining us this morning. So, out the gates, you make the case that this is worthy of a Nobel Prize. Explain why.
I do, Pete, and I think actually it's a slam dunk, to be honest with you. Think about it like this for a second. We gave, President Obama the Nobel Prize for essentially doing nothing, for essentially being just President Obama, not being George W. Bush. If that's the case, you have to give the Nobel Prize to Donald Trump, considering the fact how far we've come with the North Korea crisis. And I think we need a little context here. Go back to January, when we were talking about, a bloody nose option with North Korea. We were actually staring down the precipice of a nuclear war. Millions of people would have died if that had happened. So considering how far we've come and how we're on the brink of something potentially historic, I think you have to really consider the president for a Nobel.
So, Harry, critics will say, you're getting, whoa, you're getting way ahead of yourself here. What if it all falls apart? What if the talks go sideways? What if the nuclear ambitions ramp up? What if?
Well, I think we're still in a good position. Let me tell you why, Pete. The president's maximum pressure campaign is essentially the old Cold War playbook of containment. This is what we did to the Soviet Union for, 50 plus years. And this is how we were able to essentially put them in a nice little box. And eventually the Soviet Union collapsed. The same thing can happen in North Korea. And we have evidence of that. If you actually look at North Korea's foreign exchange reserves, they're running out of money. That means, Pete, within a couple months, North Korea will actually be bankrupt. You can't really build a lot of nuclear weapons or ICBMs if you can't feed your people or keep the lights on.
Well, that's true. Others have said, well, it shouldn't just be President Trump. You got to look at President Moon. You've got to look at China and Xi and say, well, he's finally putting pressure on. But do any of those things happen without the forceful American leadership?
Absolutely not, Pete, because we have to remember President Trump took a lot of risks to get this far. We also have to remember that a lot of people said to the president, you need to attack North Korea, or you need to just do what President Obama did, which is strategic patience, more like strategic appeasement, and basically just let the North Koreans have nuclear weapons. The president took the harder road here and essentially put this maximum pressure campaign on the North, and I think that's what got us to the table. He also put pressure on the Chinese, which a lot of people said was impossible and can blow up in his face. But it worked.
Absolutely. At what point do we ever learn our lesson? Because before Winston Churchill, there was Neville Chamberlain. Before Ronald Reagan, who ended the Cold War, there was Jimmy Carter. And, of course, before this president, there was Barack Obama. What other lessons, when are we going to learn that strength is what actually brings people to the table and brings down evil empires?
You know what? It's strength, Pete, but it's also diplomacy as well. We have to remember that we put a lot of pressure on the North Koreans, but we also said that there is a seat for the table of them in the world community if they are willing to change their policies. And I think that's important. Nobody wants to ostracize them, and nobody wants a war with the North Koreans. But if they are willing to give up their nuclear weapons in a verifiable way where we can prove that they've done it, there's great things ahead for them. So yeah. I think that's important.
Harry, to strengthen your case, the 2009 Nobel Peace Prize that was given to Barack Obama was for his, quote, extraordinary efforts to strengthen international diplomacy and cooperation between peoples. If that handshake at the DMZ was not cooperation between peoples, I don't know what is. Harry, thanks for making the case. Appreciate it this morning.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.